Hello and welcome along to our analytics half hour. This afternoon I want to tackle goals and events in Google Analytics and show you some practical examples, because we've been talking about principles for the last few weeks, and I want to bring it down to real practical examples, looking at some web pages and show you how you move ahead of your competitors just by doing some simple things. Okay, now just before we get going, I'd like to introduce me. I'm Vernon Riley. I'm a chartered mechanical engineer, and I've spent my career working with systems and processes. So I apply engineering insights to ensure the measurement and reporting systems that go alongside marketing and analytics are tailored to fit business. Just a word about the interface if you're watching this live. It's fairly simple. To the right of the main window is a sidebar, and one of the tabs is a chat window. In that you can post messages to me and I can post messages back. Now, I'll do my best to keep up with the messages, but obviously, as you'll understand, I can't necessarily read all the messages whilst I'm concentrating on talking to everyone else. So if you've heard all of that, please type "I'm hearing you fine" in the chat box on the right hand side, and with that we'll get going. Okay. Right, so as I wanted to do this because I wanted to relate what we've been talking about, the principles, the mechanisms in Google Analytics, to the real world, and I'm hoping this will give you some practical ideas as to what you could do on your website. And make it clear that you may not have to try that hard to be better than everybody else. So we're going to talk about these examples, and we're going to relate them to some real businesses. Of the sort, the kind of people, there are many professional businesses I know who follow these webinars, so I've picked professional businesses, some that sell B2B, some that sell a mix of to businesses and other consumers, but anyway, there should be some meat in there for all of you. Okay, so let's take a local law practice. This one's called caversham.solicitors.co.uk, and you'll see a range of ideas for contacting them. At the top, there's a local phone number, and there's an email address. So as an analytics person, the first kind of question I'm going to ask is the phone number trackable? So if somebody calls Caversham Solicitors by going to their website, would somebody know that they'd seen the website, or would it just disappear into the range of phone calls they see from all around the place? Don't know. Might be, might not be. If you're wondering whether your phone number is trackable or whether you could make it trackable, find out from your phone supplier whether it could push information into Google Analytics. There are a number of phone suppliers in the UK that can do it. ttnc.co.uk is one. Switchboard Free is another. Some are on premium numbers, some are on ordinary numbers, and I've talked to a range of phone suppliers, and most of them, if you talk to them, can do this. It's become easier than it used to be. Previously they had to mimic a browser. Now they don't have to do that. They're, essentially, if they've got an electronic system and it's connected to the internet, they should be able to do this, but obviously it'll depend on the facilities that your supplier has, whether they can. So we've got a phone number. What might be the conversions that this business is seeking? Right? What does it like people to do? Well, you'll see I've put a red box around free initial consultation. So there's a clue even on the home page as to what people would like to do, and that's good. And so let's have a look at other pages. You've got a contact us page. That's fairly normal. Now that can be a more complete funnel, a more complete goal than some of the other things that you'll see, because you've got the opportunity for visitors to enter a name, to enter an email address. They might go through a sequence. They might go to a thank you page that says, "Thank you for seeking to book an appointment." Right? Now, you'll notice the contact us is better, right, from a tracking point of view, than an email address like info@. which can be a mail to link. Now, a mail to link, right, without going into technical details, it just brings up their email client, so Outlook or whatever, and gives them the opportunity to send an email to Caversham solicitors, which is fine, it works, but it isn't trackable. You've no means of knowing whether they clicked on the link to send you an email and then got distracted, the dog died or something else went wrong, right? The tendency also is to route email to a general email box. The contact form gives you an opportunity to segregate the mails that are, let's say, from your website in that general email box by picking a standard subject that says, I don't know, contact from main website or something like that. So it provides a bit more structure. You've got the potential for a standard subject line, you've got a standard hidden sender, right, that may refer to the website, may refer to the page, right? You may be capturing the sender's email address, right? Now, obviously, you'll want to be mindful of privacy and data protection and things like that, but you've got opportunities that you might not have if you just put an email address on the screen. Now, interesting, the purpose of the contact form wasn't originally to provide the means of tracking. It was more to stop people scraping email addresses off your website and giving you spam. But it just happens to serve both purposes. Now, as I say, the tendency is to route emails to a general email box. The analyst in me says, are these counted? Or are they just accepted? And you get a count. Can you get a count for the emails that come from the website? That's beginning to tell you how effective the website is in generating emails. So that will be good. Right, now, back to the title. Individual fields of the contact form, micro conversions, events in Google Analytics. So each time somebody fills in one of the fields, create a Google Analytics event. The completed contact form, a macro conversion, a goal, something that you wanted to happen. It's got some business significance, right? So that is good, right? The other thing I'm going to mention about phones and tracking phones on this page is you have a reliance on the script provided for the person who answers the phone. If it's a switchboard, that may be easier to manage than if it's going on a hunting group around the office and somebody who's in the office picks it up when they can. So think, what are the mechanisms? How could I track them? And I say, this is a fairly simple standard example. Now, on the home page, there was an inference that there were free consultations. Right, now I might look at this and say, it's not that clear what we want to do, right? But we want to help our clients have an understanding. So there might be a chance to make the text a little clearer. But it's clear from reading the text closely that they have two options, right? They have a free or a fixed fee appointment. Now, each of those ought to be their own macro conversion goal, I'd suggest. Right? You want to segregate the people who are prepared to pay you for some advice, right, from those who want to kick the tires and do it for free, right? Now, in the text, or it's not perhaps as obvious from a casual glance at the page, there are some reasons why you might want to look for a fixed fee, because you'll get a piece of written advice from the legal team at Caversham Solicitors. So there's some value that can be sold. So you've got different goals, and you want to count them and contrast them and see what the outcomes were, right? Again, you've got the opportunity to call the office. Response mechanism, call the office. Now, you're effectively selling the appointment with the specialist, right, with a pop-up contact form, and you're gathering more. You could gather more details in order that you could phone back. So rather than here, fixed and free consultations, call us, put a proper form in, gather that detail, and enable somebody in the office, briefed with perhaps the caller's name or their business or something else, to call back at a mutually convenient time. And by putting that form in, you'll have the conversion trackable, right? Now, if you haven't got people in the office, right, there are unmanned alternatives. I use something called time traders. A lot of small businesses do, which is a controlled window onto the calendar. It enables them to book a time that suits them for an appointment that fits with your obligations in the office, so they can see your Outlook or your Google Calendar, right? So those are some simple examples taken straight from this website. What else might be? Well, there are lots of opportunities on the web for using surveys as a wizard, a thing that contains knowledge, asking people questions and giving them advice, right? So there might be questions in the discovery process that a solicitor you could ask. How many parties are there to the action that you're thinking of taking? What stage do you think you've reached? And you might give some advice. It would be fairly general because you're not going to get high quality answers to your questions, but some choices. You know, mediation, court settlement, what things have they thought about? Right, so there are a number of things that you could use to build a wizard that would give you more information about the visitor and build their experience of your expertise, right? So there's some suggestions. You could have video presentations that explain the process in lay language to the punter, because most people don't know how a legal process works. They don't know the details of what they're going to have to do and when and stuff like this. Now, I'm no lawyer, so these are simple. They're not very good examples of the kinds of questions a lawyer might ask. There'll be equivalent questions, wizards that you could think of for most white-collar professional businesses. And they're good surveys. They draw the visitor in. And even if you don't wind up transacting business with them, you learn what your market's interested in. So I'd thoroughly recommend them. And the point is, you're inventing activities to do that will draw them in. And each of these activities are measurable. You can measure how far they got in the survey. You've got the tools to improve them. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about another business, because I promised you more than one. A property investment business. It's about sales and investment. It's not a standard estate agent or realtor. It's looking for higher-end aspirational clients, right? It's got a contact us page, a slightly more advanced page than the previous one we saw, with a number of mandatory fields. Now, interesting, they made all of them mandatory. Whether you would always do that depends on your situation. The interest has only got two options, so I wonder whether a radio button would have been better. But again, you can measure the completion of each of these fields using Google Analytics events. You can measure the completion of the Contact Us form using a Google Analytics goal, right? Send message. It's a bit cold. Put me in touch with your experts would probably be a better phrase to put on the button, right? But having said that, I like the blurring of the map round Edinburgh as the central location, right? There's a phone number clearly visible. So all of the stuff that I was talking about tracking phone numbers applies again, as does the stuff about contact forms and the ease with which you can measure what's going on. Okay, so looking at the visitor activities on the site, the things that you've provided for people to do, right? You can watch a video of the property. Now, depending on the player you use, YouTube is fairly simplistic in this case, right? If you've got a better video player, you may be able to get the play, pause, stop, and how long they watch the video for, all of those things into Google Analytics, right? And these will be, I suggest, micro conversions. I mean, you haven't sold out, so just watch the video. But you'll get a picture as to which videos are being watched by whom, from where, for how long, so you get a picture as to what your market is really interested in. Now, another option, you've got download property schedule. It's probably a PDF. Now, is that freely available? Are the white papers on your site freely available? Right? Are the contact details? Right? Perhaps it's you can have this bit for free, but if you want more, if you want the more detailed home report, you want to ask them for extra information, extra details, so you can post something to them. So then you're building a database that doesn't just have their email address in and their name, but it has their physical address as well. Right? So you've got more examples here of micro conversions, things that you might want to encourage everyone to have. Right? The macro conversion is make an inquiry. Right? Now, make an inquiry, it doesn't exactly sizzle, you know, as in the old phrase, sell the sizzle, not the sausage. It's not as clearly selling the sizzle as you might hope, but hey, you know, once you've got something, you can always improve it. Right? Other things, I mentioned surveys before. What about presentation of material about the area? This is an estate agent, and it's for investment, and they want higher end aspirational clients who are going to want to spend money. So if you're looking for people who are going to spend money, right, then the kind of activities that are available in the area, right, for their potential renters, lessees, is going to be important. Right? Material about how you as an estate agent look after your clients in a way that is different to every other estate agent and property management company. Right? So other activities that you might do. Right. How about finding tenants for investment properties? How do you go about it? Right? Right. And there's a page that talks about an exciting lifestyle approach, matching that with an efficient sales process and personal service. There'll be material in that for a video. So all sorts of things. Websites that are designed to engage are all about inventing activities. And as the analyst, you want to measure those activities to find out which of the efforts worked well and could be improved on, and which worked less well and either should be revised or disposed of and replaced with something else. The other thing that occurred to me was that videos don't have to be about property. This is follow the standard approach for lots of estate agents, which is now we can show video, we'll show videos of properties. What about videos about how easy your company makes it to deal with you as a property management company? Right? There are other things that videos can do. Right? Right. Final example for this session. A smaller ISP, right? Which I'd say it's a B2B commodity sale, right? Unless something pretty unusual is being offered, and you'll see there's a range of offers that are all presented to the visitor. Now, if you come into the home page, and that's what you see, right? Your standard analytics will begin to tell you which pages are most popular, which offers are most popular, but you can do better than that. If you go further into the site, you'll find that a contact form, right? Now, there are numbers of fields on the contact form, so all of those comments about micro and macro conversions follow through here. It's not clear which fields are mandatory, which are optional, right? But again, you've got the opportunity to measure the completion of the form as a goal, right? Now, it's a commodity ISP in a lot of cases. So you've got relatively simple offers, and you can see that they've got simple offers here. There are some colourful buttons, and then there are testimonials and contact us. There's a cross between features and benefits on these, right? And you could put some events, some micro conversions on some of these buttons. For instance, how many people go to the testimonials page? Right? You could place a value on people looking at the testimonials page. You could place a value on people wanting to contact the provider. You could measure the numbers of people looking at those from particular product or service types. You know, you may well have an overall, this is how many people wanted to contact us, but are there differences? Are there particular services that this ISP offers that generate more contact us requests than other services? And is that because they have a better audience and audience is more prepared to engage, or is that because you've fallen down on the amount of material that you've actually provided for the user looking at the website? Okay, so we've looked at simple, effective ways in which you can think about creating goals, right? We looked at reverse paths last time. You'd be able to do that with these cases where you could look at the numbers of people who got to the thank you for contact us page, or thank you for another form, and look at where they originally came from. So deploy the information that we got from the previous session and start to ask, where do the people who contact me come from? Where do the people who phone come from? These sorts of questions. And the goal flow. Right. So I'm hoping that's been helpful. I'm going to post a link so that you can give me some feedback if you're happy with that. And I'd like that. So do tell me what you thought about the video session that we've had this afternoon. Right. And I will, other than that, say thank you very much, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon over email or something else. And if you've enjoyed the replay and you have questions and you didn't have a chance to answer on the live session, please let me know, and I'll see what we can do to incorporate answers to those questions into a future session. This is Vernon Riley saying thanks for listening, watching, and bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.